Hi, my name is Terry Lee, and this is going to be our newest project. And what it's going to be, a friend of mine has, looks like I had a nail polish disaster, which actually I did. Sorry about that side note. A very important friend of mine asked if I could make a journal to keep letters in that she had received from relatives when her daughter was born. Now, these letters are to be held until her daughter's 18, and then it's going to be a gift to her so that she can read all the thoughts and hopes and dreams and whatever that the family members had for her or thoughts about her when she was born. And I thought this was a great project, and I've put it off for a little while because I couldn't think of the best way to do it. And now I think I've actually found a way that I can do this for her. So that's going to be our project. It's going to be called the Manila Folder Letter Saver, or I might call it the Manila Folder Memory Saver. And I kind of like that better, but I don't know. Maybe you guys can make comments below this video to let me know what the heck to call this project. Okay, because it is a letter, saver, because we're saving letters in it, but it's also memories. Okay, I digress again. Look at that, 1.5 minutes. Okay, so the project overview is that we are going to make a manila a book basically made out of manila folders, and it's going to be the tall way so that we can slide letters down inside. So you're going to love this. Okay, so going to go over what you need. You're going to need a minimum of 3 manila folders. You're going to need a junk journal kit with lots of full-size pages, not just the journal pages. I am going to use a kit. Well, let me tell you that when I get to that point. Okay, otherwise, right now, all we're thinking about is that we need a junk journal kit with full pages because we're going to need to cover these folders. Okay, now we're going to need either a kit that also has a lot of pockets and tucks and things like that, things we can make into pockets and tucks, or I'm going to provide you with some of my bucket O templates. We're going to definitely need this envelope one right here, this big one. So I will try to provide some of those for you. I've gone over in a couple videos how to make them. So just check back. I know for sure the winner in Victoria has it, and that's that big envelope stack, and a couple others that I've mentioned and shown you. Oh, my template tutorial shows you how to make this particular template. Okay, so you're going to need some templates. I would think probably on top of your kit that might come with pockets that look similar to this. Now, I'd like to mention as a side note, I've changed my camera angle a little bit. I've tried to angle it closer to being straight up and down, but straight up and down does not give us enough room. As you can see, I need room. Anyway, so you're going to need some sort of templates or enough pockets and things that you won't need templates. Those are optional. You're going to need some envelopes. You got a bunch of stuff sitting on top of them. Now, the envelopes you're going to need, because we are going to have a small envelope stack inside one of the sections. So these are the ones I selected because they go with the paper that I'm going to cover this with. And I'm not sure whether I'm even going to ink them or not. But the ones that I selected were 2 cream colored gift card envelopes, and they're 5 by 7.5. 1 large gift card envelope, which is 5 3/4 by 8 3/4, and then one extra large craft envelope. Oh, I'd like to mention this envelope has a square flap, and this is a really good opening for the pocket that we're going to make, just on a side note, where it's not the same as these kind. Okay, and then this one is just a basic craft envelope that you can get 50 of them at a time on Amazon. And this extra large envelope measures 6 3/8 by 9 inches. Okay, and you're going to need, this is optional, a couple of coin envelopes. Now the reason I'm including these is because when my grandma collected stuff from when I was a baby to give me when I was a little bit older, so this is a tradition that's been for a long time. She actually set aside a 50-cent piece, a dollar coin, a quarter, nickel, dime, and a penny, all made in the year that I was born. So when I was a little bit older, she gave me coins from 1962. Yes, that just tells you how old I am. That just tells you how old I am. So these are optional. If you want a couple of these to put little mementos in, then I think that's a great idea. And in fact, you could use more. Okay, I'm going to set that to the side. You're going to need some sort of sari silk or some other cloth or string or thread or something, because one of the folders is going to need to have a tie around it. So you're going to need something to make that closure with. You're going to need 2 eyelets. So you're going to need 2 of those. This is a whole box, but I'm just saying 2 of those. You're going to need 2 brads. Now, brads are the ones that have the little part that sticks out. Oh, good grief. Okay. They're different than an eyelet. An eyelet you set, it makes a circle. Oops. And it makes a little circle for you to run thread through and things like that. A brad, because we're going to have one of those circle ties. So we're going to need a brad, and they're the ones that have the little legs. Let me see how I can do this and show it to you. They're the ones that have the little legs that spread apart once you put it through the hole that you make. I don't know, let's see. Can you see the little legs? I'm not sure because I can't tell. The camera angle's too funny for me. Okay, so you're going to need 2 of those. They can be plain, like gold or bronze or whatever, or they can be decorative like these. Either one. Just depends on what you want. Okay. You're going to need some elastic string. And I happen to only have black right now, but they make different colors. And depending on what color you're doing, what color scheme you're using, then you can use whatever color you like. This is that stretchy, like what kids make bracelets with. And then you're going to need some bookbinding thread or some embroidery floss or some string or something for when we do our figure 8 closure. You need something to run through there to hold it closed. Okay. I know this is kind of a long list. You're going to need some Velcro. I forgot to get mine. It's over across the room. Either of those little bitty dots, and they come in clear, so you don't really see them once you put them on. They come in black, and I'm not sure what other colors they come in. You can get them in square, you can get them in the little round dots, you can get them in a roll and cut off the size you want. You might want to do that once you get to the part where we need them. You can make that decision. You're going to need some dyed paper, like tea dyed paper or avocado paper, just which makes it like a pinkish kind of a color. I like to use beets. That makes sort of a purple color. It just depends on what you want. You can use regular notebook paper. That's fine. But you're going to need some paper for that matchbook notepad we're going to make, the one that's going to have the figure 8 closure. Then you're also going to need some paper. We're going to make a small book that goes in. So we're going to have a gusset, and we're going to have a book, and we're going to have places for envelopes, and it's going to be fun. You're going to like it. You're going to need your basic junk journaling tools, your scissors, your Mr. Pen ruler. You're going to need ink. You're going to need glue. And, all those kind of basic items. Okay, now on to the junk journal kits. Now, I have some that I'm going to recommend to you. You're totally free to do whichever ones you want. Doesn't have to be any of the ones that I'm about to you're going to need a paper trimmer, definitely, of some sort. Or you can use your scissors, I guess. If you have giant scissors like these are not any bigger than regular scissors, just the handles are different. Okay, let me move all this out of the way. Okay, now one of the ones I recommend, two of the ones I recommend are by Pink Monarch Prints, and the link will go across the screen right about now, and it will also be in the text file below the video. And the reason I recommend these is because it has a lot of what you would call vertical papers or omnidirectional. You can use them either way, and that's going to be good for a big project like what we're doing. All right, they're nice. I like them a lot. I've used them once. That's why I have the some of the tags and stuff cut out. Plus, it has quite a bit of ephemera as well. The other kit I recommend is called Faded Roses. Now, this particular one is huge. I'll show you. It's huge, but it is just papers. So there's no pockets or anything, so you would have to use the templates. Or we might use, we'll probably use some, I forgot to mention that, some business envelopes, and maybe some of the smaller, like check-sized envelopes, to make some of the pockets and such. So I forgot to mention that. It just popped into my head just now. We know about stuff that just pops into Terry's head, right? And the one I'm going to use, let me move these out of the way. The one I'm going to use is actually 2 sets of paper and 2 ephemera add-ons. And they're all from the same shop, and they're all the same. They're called Royal Blue and Roses, and then one of the papers is called Faded Blue and Roses. I forgot to write down what the other one is called. One of them is all of these papers, and I really like this blue wood. That's what I'm going to use as my main color, and then my pockets and stuff are going to be. And then the other one is the journal pages, and I know I just told you not to get journal pages, but I don't want you to get a kit that's just journaling pages, the kind that you normally would fold in half. But I'm going to cannibalize these for pockets and fussy cuts and such, because the roses, it goes with this kit. So there's one for a journal and there's one for the papers. Okay, you got it? And look how many journal pages there are as well. Okay, and then there's also the ephemera. This is about 4 pages of about 20 pages of ephemera in the 2 kits that you can get that match these 2. So altogether, I believe it was $15 to get all of this. but of course you can print it as many times as you need to for your projects. And it was one that I've been eyeballing for a while, and I really thought I would like this for this particular project. So that's the one that I recommend. Okay, so that's the end of the introduction, and I will see you in the next video, which will be just a second for you and a day for me.